Okay. It been a minute. It ain't been a minute. We've been dropping, but I'm gonna be way more consistent. Um, but I will say it's a lot of content out, so we're gonna be coming back to back with the videos, man, busting these up. But how do y'all feel about that Pooh Shiesty album? Because I heard it, and I swear to God, it sounds like Satan said he's ready to burn this bitch down, and he just starts spitting on every track. That album make you just feel so low vibration when you listen to it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not down in it. I used to be in that lifestyle. I used to, you feel me, be in the mix, but man, like, it just ain't the album if you're trying to better yourself, bro. Like, it literally just puts you in a demonic mind state, in my opinion. But we gonna react to Gucci drop album, even though Pooh Shiesty got out the contract by, you feel me, force him to sign a contract, but it really didn't do nothing. So stuff don't be making sense when it comes to street dudes, to be honest with you. But we're gonna give our full opinion on the video. Let 1090 Jake start speaking. Shout out 1090.
Shiesty. And I mean, to be honest, Pooh Shiesty didn't even really drop it. Gucci dropped it because Pooh was still signed to Gucci after doing this.
Bro, let them know you down. Let them know you dropping me,
I'll
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
Pooh Shiesty dropping 10-17.
Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did it. That's done.
What you do? You drop.
No, he ain't. Because all 52 minutes and 19 seconds of Mr. Pooh's 2026 album is owned by none other than 1017 Global Music. Meaning, Mr. Pooh is gonna get the new indictment after self-snitching on a whole lot of situations within the lyrics. Now, looking at his YouTube channel, as you can see, I've gone through plenty of the songs, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is a gangsta album. If you like gangsta music, this is what you want to listen to. If you like crash out music, and that is what you're influenced by, the album is fire. I mean, there's some things you're not even gonna pick up on unless you're in that lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, the music is fire, but what it might do to his Fed case is light it on fire. Now, Shiesty dropped a song called Reap What You Sow. We chopper gang, not goon squad, ain't got no hustle, get up and box. Got 2 knives, but this yard's sweet, so I'ma just tote my lock. If you've never been to prison, the lock, the combination lock, the same lock that you get in high school, is like the easiest freebie weapon. You can buy it on Canteen, you tie it to a sock, you hit someone over the head with it. Some people have been devastated by it, but in my personal experience, like, you can get a little chunk knocked out of you, but you really have one swing with that lock and then somebody's gonna get on you with something if they have a knife or a banger or whatever. And just these lyrics alone, he's saying, got 2 knives, but the yard's sweet, so I'm gonna just tote my lock. And saying shit like this while you're in a federal prison or a jail, a facility, you could get raided just for that, because you're literally saying you're toting. Now, he can be like, oh, this is all past tense from when I was in the feds, but the feds are gonna use that too. Because in federal prison, toting weapons gets you new charges. You get caught with a knife and you catch a new Fed case, you can get another 3 years added onto your sentence.
Not only did he put himself in the position at the end, but while he in the position at the end, he made it even harder to survive in the position that, like, this shit is stupidity. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but it's pure stupidity. Ain't nothing makes sense out of none of this. I ain't gonna lie, like, when it comes to being a crash out, like, it's one thing to do organized type, you feel me, stuff. You gotta do what you do, alright, bet. But when it comes to being a crash, bro, it's the most dumbest stuff ever. Like, there's nothing smart about trying to be, quote unquote, a gangster. Like, you can be about your business and not be a gangster. Like, you can be, feel me, stand on business, but, like, bro, this mentality these dudes be trying to live be the most dumbest shit ever. And I'm not, you feel me, being I'm not, like, judging, but the main point I'm trying to say is it's backwards. You feel me? Like, you do stuff to put yourself in a bad position, and you talk about how you going through the bad position like you had to go through it. Like, it's backwards. Like, stop doing the dumb stuff. Like, get out the streets. But hey, man, these dudes continue to do the same thing. They be rapping about the same thing and saying why this happening to them. And it's like, you reap what you sow. Like, you feel me? He made a song. Like, that is exactly just doesn't make any sense, bro. Y'all agree or not? Let me know.
For having a weapon. Like, for example, this is the United States Attorney's Office of Pennsylvania. It states a federal inmate charged with possessing a homemade knife. The United States Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania announced that Marshall Martinez, 37, a federal inmate, was indicted by a federal grand jury for possessing contraband in prison. He had a 5-inch blade of sharpened plastic, commonly referred to as a shank. The maximum penalty under federal law for this offense is 5 years in prison and a 3-year term of supervised release. So this isn't like the state prison system where you get caught with a knife and you go to confinement for an extended amount of time. No, in the feds, you get caught with a knife, it's like getting caught with a gun. You're facing 5 years. So with Shiesty being like, oh, the yard's sweet, I'm gonna just tote my lock. All right, a lock is one thing because you can technically have a lock in your possession. You can't walk around with it, but you can have it and they're not gonna trip unless it's tied on or something. But when you're on a compound, a penitentiary yard that's so deadly you gotta tote a knife and risk an extra 5 years, you know you in the trenches. You deep in the trenches. Shiesty with rap, all I asked was the bare minimum. Ninja held his nuts on me, so I took it there. Yeah, I blank. Fuck you mean? I don't know exactly who or what he's referring to. Some are claiming he's alluding towards Gucci. He wanted to get released. He wanted money, whatever it was. Gucci didn't give it to him. And then, you know.
Bro, let them know
It's a
you
done
going
deal.
on, bro.
It's a done deal.
Let them know you drop.
So I can't stamp it that he's talking about Gucci, but it's very likely that he could be hinting at Gucci. And even here he'd say, I hid my knife right by my, in case the metal detector beep. That's 6 more months in the hole if the CO try to strip search me. And it's just like, when I hear lyrics like that, it brings me back, because in prison, you get an ID card and you get like a little clip, a metal clip, right? And what people will do is they'll take that clip, they'll take a piece of string from sheet, tie it around the knife, put the clip on the knife, and then you clip the knife to your boxes so it's hanging down your manhood, and that's where you keep the knife at. So depending on how big the knife is, you can get patted down and they don't necessarily touch the knife because they're not trying to touch up all in there. You know what I mean? And that's where you keep it. And he's literally saying this 6 months in the hole if I get searched. Like, if I get caught with this, I'm done. And that's a fact. I've lived that life. I've done that. I know exactly what he's talking about and exactly how that feels to have that cold steel touching your thigh. I've lived this, and you know, when you hear it, you're like, hell yeah, but do you want to go back to that? Hell nah. Now, Pooh would drop another song called Still on Timing featuring Big 30. And I mean, immediately, as soon as they get into the lyrics, my third weekend out the feds, I bet shit get to dying. I'm South Memphis menace, I make the murder rate rise. Binary triggers, AR pistol, this bitch double fine. And it's just like, homie, you asking to get indicted. You saying as soon as you get out the feds,
Bro, I don't care how gangster you is, bro. Bro, if you think this makes sense, you're an idiot. You're a pure idiot. Like, you're a pure freaking idiot, bro. Like, you're an idiot. Like, cause like this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, you make money to get out the position you in. Like, dude said, like, Gucci did snitch. That is snitching. All right, that is snitching. Well, he told, but when he tried to make a song about it, now it's snitching. Because now you're trying to play like you gangster. Like, if you just kept it as a businessman, it wouldn't have been snitching. But it gets snitching when you try to play a part in it like you ready. Like, come on, man. You don't do that to play gangster. Like, that's backwards, bro. You a businessman, be a businessman. Like, come on, man. But Gucci did whatever he did, but it's like, bro, you asked to get signed to Gucci. Like, you are hyped to get signed to Gucci. You feel me? Like, when you got signed, you was all this and that, and now when you feel me, you get your name and he put you on, because you gotta remember, Gucci did bring Pooh Shiesty to everybody's face. Like, people be like, no, everybody didn't know that Pooh Shiesty before Gucci signed him. All right, that's how labels go. They give you the platform to go up, and he went up. But like I do said, like, bro, after you build a house, why would I sell you a house that I built? Like, I'm not gonna sell that back to you. That's backward. So the way about it, how people switch up, it's like, bro, you asked to be in that. So it does not make sense. It's just stupidity. It's just straight stupidity. And you get out the hood, you sign your deal, you get the money, And just because you feel me, you want everything, you crash out and you're gonna lose everything and go to struggling and have to survive every day and risk yourself. And if y'all don't know what the hole is, bro, that's when you in a dark cell. You do not be. They don't give you regular showers. Like I think you shower like once a week in there, bro. I don't even think you get commissary in the hole, bro. I'm pretty sure you don't. And bro, you do not get out your cell at all. Like you don't get no yard time. I think you get like 1 hour to get on the phone, bro. Or sometimes you don't even get on the phone when you in the hole, bro. I'm pretty sure like it's real, it's real life slavery. And then you get paid like for when you working and when they're like 50 cents on an hour. And like why would you risk being free to go to that? Like that's just stupid. Part of bro. It's don't make no sense. Like y'all be pushing this. Like get out the streets, man. Stupid.
You cranking back up with Big 30, and now this is your co-defendant on this federal case. And if you like rappers that live what they rap, this is the rapper for you. But if you enjoy your freedom, this is not the path to take.
Yes.
You ain't shot nobody in 3 years, burn up your Shiesty mask, ain't got no hustle, all my homies trying to smash for cash. This is crash out music. That's all this is. If you ain't shot nobody, burn your mask. My homies ain't got no hustle, they trying to smash for cash. That's it. This is crash out music. And there are a lot of people influenced by this. They don't want to hustle. They don't want to make money. They don't want to do YouTube. They would rather do this, go shoot something up, drop an album, and then act like the system is against them when they get banned with 100-some years. And if you need more proof, in his song Last Man Breathing,
I just said that. Yo, I be cooking, bro. I just said I didn't watch the video.
Shiesty literally says they gave the homie 75. He get out when we turn 100. They're like, who? That's disgusting. They gave the homie 75. He get out when we turn 100. Y'all ain't turning 100. You know how rare it is to turn 100? You think out of all people, Pooh Shiesty's gonna turn 100 years old?
Yo.
Like, it's not going down like that. And then he's got more lyrics. Police keep running up in my cell talking about he smell a wick, but I don't smoke. You trying to find my cell phone? He ain't slick. They don't want to sell me a knife. I'm cutting up my locker then. You can't relate to that last bar unless you been to the pen. Yeah. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is when you get to prison, you don't just really get a knife. You got to buy a knife. And to buy a knife, you got to be respected enough to have a knife, right? And if they don't want to sell you a knife, you got to make a knife. He's talking about cutting up a metal locker. That's not really that easy to do. And the second you try to make one, everyone hears it. You can hear the sounds of you banging shit. Some people will take their lock and use it to bang the knife and mold it into the way they want it shaped, and then you got to sharpen it. And this is a process that takes some time. Like it can take days. This isn't a quick thing. And in the process of you making that knife, you might get stabbed because nobody wants you to have a knife. So this is all some penitentiary shit. And like I said, enough shit to get your cell raided. But on his track, I'm Back, he opens up with, I'm a fucking blank leader. This shit way deeper than lyrics. And I don't even know why. Like, being rich part of the plan. I got premeditated millions. What the fuck is buying bodies to a fucking killionaire? I'm drilling. Homie. Even though he blurted out, we can assume he said, I'm a fucking gang leader. That's the first lyrics in the song. But he beeped it. He blurred it out. They edited it out. Why? Because in the federal paperwork, they say Pooh Shiesty. So to double down on it in your album while you're sitting in the feds trying to beat a case is like, and then what the fuck is buying bodies to a fucking killionaire? Soon they confirmed he up in there. I sent 4 of my killers in there. Like, bro, you can't make this shit up. This is the crash dummy music, and he's sending it full force. I feel like personally he knows he's stuck in this situation. So the only thing he can do is be all he can be. I'm gonna be the most gangster rapper I can be, because what other choice do I have? And this is the only thing that's paying me. And obviously he's gonna get some type of money out of this situation, but Gucci is reaping the full benefits. Now shout out to my boy Flacco. 2 weeks ago he posted a former prison guard claimed Pooh Shiesty paid BMF members for protection while serving time in federal prison.
A BMF associate. So when he's a wheelchair pusher, like, you know what he's there for. He's paying for protection. Magically, he was only on the yard for a couple months. He got popped on a UA and he went to SHU. When he served his time for being there for a failed drug test, he refused to go back out to the yard. In that world, it doesn't matter if you're a gangster, it doesn't matter whatever the fuck, whatever world you go by. When you're done with your segregation time, you're supposed to walk the yard. If you are about your shit, if you don't have a bad jacket, you're supposed to hit that motherfucker and you go out to the compound. That's what prison is, especially at a penitentiary. That's what it is. When they give you the option to leave, you don't have to be locked up anymore. You can go back out to the yard and you say no, you're checking the fuck in. That's asking for protective custody. Whether you say, I want help or protect me, please, when you say I'm not going anywhere, that's unofficially saying I need help.
Now, I already know y'all are gonna fry him in the comments for being white, being bald, looking like the singer off Linkin Park and having glasses. But I'm gonna say this.
Oh my gosh.
No one knows prison like inmates and COs. And this dude was a guard in the federal prison. He worked in there. So he's gonna know the game. And they talk just like that. They talk as if they're the inmates. So they know what checking in is. And not for nothing, this is similar to the Kodak Black situation. Kodak was allegedly beaten by COs, put in confinement, shipped to Big Sandy, and never came out. He didn't want to come out of confinement. He didn't want to hit that yard. He never hit that yard. So he's alleging Pooh Shiesty was on it and then didn't want to come back out after the fact. So this is the CO's page. His name is Gio the Legend, Gio Martini. He's a former law enforcement officer and he's a U.S. Army infantry veteran. Thank you for your service. So he's actually got a couple videos speaking on this. And I mean, even this picture right here, USP Victorville. Thank you for sending this to me. Memories. He's in the tower. He's got a shotgun right here. Control booth. You can see the yard. No grass in sight. This shit's fucking, this is federal prison. They got an AR-15 right there. Another shotgun, probably a non-lethal. And the craziest thing about this post is 28 weeks ago, Pooh Shiesty himself would comment, "Glad I made it out." And Gio would respond back saying, "You still suck at basketball," just playfully joking with him. I mean, he didn't jump in the comments like, "Oh, you checked in and you's a bitch," or nothing like that.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Hey, you still suck at basketball." Now, could this have been a clout move? I mean, possibly.
Of course.
You know, who knows? Who really gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, if Pooh Shiesty didn't owe anyone,
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if there's like some race shit going on, but that was overly clouded, bro. Like, there was no point of him doing that.
money, and no one told him you can't hit the yard, I feel like that would be different. No, I've never been to the feds. I don't know how the feds is, because you got some people that would rather like ride out and finish their time in the box just to not be around nobody, just to like mentally prepare yourself and kind of like deprogram from the program of prison, right? I'm gonna sit in here and I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna come home and how I'm gonna, you can't really do that when you're like on the yard and like you're fucking GP, because you're still in the mix, bro. You're in the mix until the day you go home. Anything happens, you still involved. You gotta crash, you gotta whatever, until the day you go home. You pass off your knife on the way to being fucking released. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that where you're at. So could this have been a clout move? Absolutely, because it's not like he got on his ass and Pooh Shiesty commented. He probably saw an opportunity, whatever. Could this have actually happened? Sure. Does this mean that Pooh Shiesty's a bitch?
My apologies.
I don't really think so.
I see what
you know what I'm saying? He was already on the yard. It's one thing if he never touched it and was like, I'm not going out there, but he was already on it. And then he was like, man, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm gonna sit in my cell and write my new album. Maybe he planned the Gucci Man kidnapping from inside of the fucking cell. Who knows? But I'll say this. I don't think Pooh Shiesty needs to drop any new music. I think he's too gangster for the internet. I think he's too gangster for the labels. And I think the best thing he can do is lay low, play dumb, like he says in his songs, and just focus on building his defense. Because the more he speaks, the worse it seemingly gets. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
I love 1090 Jake video, man. Shout out to 1090 Jake. I thought that was but it wasn't. I'm not racist. I'm actually y'all didn't believe in race. Believe we all the same skin color, just different shades of melanin. So yeah, I see he doing what I be doing, like not being biased. Like, you feel me? Was it a clout move? Was it this and that? I obviously think it was a clout move though, because there's no reason for you to come out about a rapper, especially when you a CO, when y'all have no real, you feel me, connections outside of the prison. Y'all, like, that's your job. But hey, man, I don't know what's really going on, because I don't know how close it got with Pooh Shiesty coming on his page. So who really knows what was what? But that's the video, man. Y'all